A lot of business owners don't understand the difference between CAC and LTV. And in this video, I'm going to explain to you exactly the difference between the two. So CAC is what is the cost to acquire a customer. And LTV is lifetime value of a customer. The key difference is the cost and the lifetime value. So how much does it cost you to get a customer, and how much is that customer worth to you in their whole lifetime whilst they continue to shop with you. So now that we have the definitions out of the way, let's go further into CAC. What is CAC? So CAC is your marketing spend, how many customers you have, and then you can work out what your CAC actually is. So let's say, for example, the marketing spend is $10,000. We've generated 20 customers. That means the CAC is ad spend divided by the number of customers, which means it's 10,000 divided by 20. So our CAC is actually $500. That means it's cost you guys $500 in order to get one paying customer. One customer equals $500. So let's assume you're selling a product for $3,000. Now that CAC looks fine. You're making a 6x return to generate $3,000 in revenue. However, if your CAC is $500, but you're selling something for $800, then you only have $300 margin left. So that's CAC. Now let's talk about LTV, lifetime value of a customer. What is the lifetime value of a customer for you? So let's say here's your customer. We'll draw a couple of little eyes for him, and we'll go month by month. Month 1, month 2, month 3, and month 4 on the timeline. So let's say in the first month, the customer has spent, let's say the customer has spent $1,000 with you. The second month, they spent $600. Then they bought $200 worth, and then they did a huge upgrade and they spent $1,800 with your business. So the lifetime value is how much did this customer spend when you add all of these values up together? And the answer is $3,600. So the lifetime value of this customer is $3,600. That means this customer is worth $3,600 to you. The importance of this is it's not just what the customer has spent with you up front, it's what they're going to spend with you over the next 4 months or the next years working alongside you. The reason this is important is because when you're advertising your ad spend, you need to understand how much of that ad spend is going towards your initial customer, the first spend with you, and how much of the ad spend is going to be attributed towards the lifetime value. So now let's do this exercise. Let's put CAC and LTV together. So it costs you $500 to get a paying customer whose lifetime value is $3,600 based on the previous examples. So that means if you spent $500 tomorrow, you are going to generate $3,600 in lifetime value of a new paying customer. The reason this is important is if $500 generates $3,600 in revenue, that means as long as your lifetime value is greater than your CAC, so as long as 3,600 is greater than 500, that means you can grow profitably. Let me give you guys an example. Let's say your CAC is $500 and your first purchase is $400. However, that same customer's lifetime value is $3,600. Initially, most business owners would think our ROAS is 0.8x. People would assume you've spent $500, you've only generated $400 in revenue, and you've lost money. The reality is, if we look at it for a perspective of we spent $500 to acquire a customer who's going to generate and provide us with $3,600 in revenue over the year, now that looks much more appealing. That's a 7x plus return on investment. So this is how most business owners need to start thinking of how much can they spend on their ads to acquire a profitable customer. So now let me give you an example of two businesses. We'll call it Biz A and Biz B on how they will both operate with their lifetime value and CAC. Let's say business A has a CAC of $100 and they have a lifetime value of $150, and business B has a CAC of $800 and a lifetime value of $6,000. Most business owners, if they only saw these two numbers, upfront, hey, it's going to cost you $100 to acquire a customer versus, hey, it's going to cost you $800 to acquire a customer, most businesses will probably pick this number. Looks smaller, looks better. But then when we dive further into the numbers, the lifetime value is only $150, whereas the lifetime value is $6,000. So this is a 1.5x, which means probably not sustainable. Whereas this business has a 7.5x CAC to LTV ratio. Now, when we look at this, this is completely sustainable and profitable. This proves to us exactly why business owners need to start focusing on CAC and lifetime value as a comparison. So rather than comparing CAC to ROAS or CAC to revenue associated from a first-time customer, we need to be doing CAC to lifetime value. For example, over here, it was 100 to 150. And on the right example, which is what your business needs to aim to be like, is 800 to 6,000, which is a ratio of 1 to 7.5x return. You need to aim to be like business B. And here's how you separate yourself from the people that are measuring their business's efficiency from marketing wrong and how they measure it correctly. So the people that are measuring their business wrong, they're focusing on too much on reducing their CAC. They're also focusing too much on cheap or cheaper leads. This is not how you should be focusing on your business and how you grow it. Rather, on the right, this is how businesses that are scaling and being successful, they're focusing more on increasing their lifetime value of a customer, repeat purchases, repeat orders, upsells, etc. And they also focus on better customers and better leads. So better customers and better leads who have a higher value, spend more, and in turn, they are more profitable. This is the kind of business you need to be aiming towards. Start focusing on LTV and not always focusing on lowering your CAC. Sometimes increasing your CAC can help you generate better customers who spend more and are worth more to your business. Less contact center support. They are usually premium customers who will spend more with you, and less headache for your business, meaning higher profit margins. So here's a quick summary of everything that we have discussed. So CAC to LTV to profit. So CAC is how much it costs you to get a paying customer. LTV is how much it costs you. And LTV is how much you've generated in revenue forever. So the infinity symbol. CAC is how much dollars it got you to get a customer. Profit is the difference between the LTV minus the CAC minus the delivery of goods. So how much it costs you to get those delivery equals to your profit. So the higher your LTV and the lower your CAC, and let's assume that your cost of delivery is the exact same of the same goods, your profit margins are higher. So the most important thing everyone in this video needs to focus on, if there's one takeaway you take away from this video, is focus on increasing your LTV, reducing your CAC in that order. LTV always comes first. I hope this video was valuable for everyone listening to this, and now you understand the difference between CAC and LTV. And now when you look into your advertising account or your P&Ls and your data for your business, you're now comparing CAC to LTV rather than CAC to first-time customer revenue generated. If you enjoyed this video and you found it valuable, don't forget to subscribe and comment down your questions below, and I'll be sure to answer them all within 24 hours.